Hi guys, today on the podcast, I am so excited to have a repeat guest. It is my sister, SuiKim Friedmann. If you've been on the podcast for a while, you know I've done we've done like 4 episodes together, 4, maybe 5.
We chat about nothing? Yes.
We chat. There's so much chatting about nothing and everything. SuiKim actually joined my team last August, so we're airing this episode in January. But she started on the team in last August because she is so busy with her own Etsy shops that she decided it was too much to do Etsy coaching on her own, and instead she does Etsy coaching for me. And you're in the throes. Well, so at the time of recording this, you guys are going to hear it in January, but it's the holiday season. And she's in the throes of actually the craziness. Is that true?
Yep. We are in the middle of busy season. It is almost Black Friday, you guys. So it's going to get really crazy around here. But yeah, I started in August with Carina's Design Suite members, or I don't know what they're called now, Carina.
Yeah, it's Design Suite members. She's like, yeah, and you change the name of them all the time. No, it's still Design Suite, like it has been for 2 years almost.
Well, it's been so great because it's true. Like, I don't have time to do my own Etsy coaching, and so I meet with her women, and it gives me the opportunity to still do a little bit of coaching and practice that way and share what I have with other people, and it is so fun. She has such an amazing group of women in there, but it's fun to chat with them. They are already seeing progress, which is so exciting. Like this last meeting that I had with them, I asked them to write in the chat box how they're doing, show me their wins, like are they making sales, are they making their first sales, like what's going on. And anyways, we had some really good success stories. And
yeah, like I got
that's why I do it.
I got some crazy emails from people who was like, I like him up. Like, I don't know what the percentage was, but like, I was just like, whoa, you're going to like start hitting $1,000 a month easy. And they're like 3 months into the program. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, it's way faster than we were working on other shops. Now, we still work on other shops, but it's fun. Since I've got this episode with SuiKim, we are going to talk about Etsy a little bit. But like, seriously, like the number of them, they're like, I went to bed and the next morning I woke up and I had 5 sales, or I had 20 sales over the last like week or 2 weeks. And I'm just like, wait, what's happening? And they're like, we're winning. We're all winning. And I'm just like, yeah, it just makes me happy. Right? Because like part of the program is making their money back, right? Like we can't charge what we charge. We have a very expensive program compared to a lot of programs out there. Cheaper than college, more expensive than some DIY course that you do out there. But it's because the goal is to make your investment back. And most DIY courses don't do that, right? Like they don't really care if you make your money back.
I love it. But it's true. Like I see them once a month and I talk to Carina more, so I get to hear more about how everyone is doing. But like even in a month's time, like we've only done 3 or 4 coaching sessions, but like from one to the next month, like this last time, people started implementing and working on their shops, and it was night and day. Like went from literally like 0 sales in their shop, 0 listings in their shop to like 200. You know, like it was just crazy, like sales and stuff, like in 1 month, 30-day stint. So it just makes me really excited, and it proves to everyone else like there is money and you can make money in this day and time. It's not saturated. You can jump in and do your own thing, and if you have something to share, do it.
Yeah, it isn't saturated. And if you're here on the podcast and you haven't gone to my free training yet, I've been talking a little bit about it because we just released it in November, but we have a free training. If you go to CarinaGardnerCourses.com/free training. I think it's literally that. Then you can hear me talk about how the market really isn't oversaturated. Like it really isn't. It's just, it looks it because there's a whole bunch of hobbyists out there, not actual designers, like people who are actually know how to design and know how to do the right things. So
wanting to start a business, treat it like a business, it'll become a business.
Yeah, it was so crazy. So, what do you think? Well, let me I have to do a little bit of storytelling here. My designers, so the first meeting we went to, it was like in August, right? So like that's not your high season, but you clearly were busy, because the thing that was hilarious is afterwards in our community, everyone's like, I always see SuiKim with like, she's sitting there and it looks like there's a whole bunch of boxes behind her. Are those like really boxes? Like, is she, like, are those boxes filled with stuff? And I'm like, yes, they are filled with stuff. And it's like, they're like in total and complete awe that someone does what you do at the level you do it. And it just kind of makes me laugh because there was an episode where I hopped on. I don't know if that's fun for you, SuiKim, or if SuiKim gets driven crazy.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I think it's fun for all your members and for me. I'm like, come on.
So I'll hop on, and SuiKim and I spend all of our time on our phones showing everyone the calculator. We're like, looking at other people's shops. We're like, let's see how much they're making. Totally. Oh my gosh, you guys are making $8,000 a month. Why are none of you making $8,000 a month? And it's just because SuiKim and I have experienced it, like, because we both make a lot of monies in our business.
You make monies. We make monies.
Not just money. It's multiple monies.
Right.
We make multiple monies in our business. So we're used to, like, we see what product sales can be for people. But if you've never experienced before, it's very hard to understand and see. So that's the thing we're trying to like get across to the Design Suite members, because if they don't understand how much money, not just I've made or SuiKim have made, but like when you go into shops and you figure out how much people are making, it is not hard to make money.
Mm-mm. You can easily take a slice of that pie. Like, that's the thing when we talk about like it's not oversaturated, is the world doesn't have what you have to offer. The world doesn't have your style that you're going to do. They don't have your category of sales that you want to sell in. Like, whatever you do, it's going to be different than the next person. And if it's not, then you shouldn't be doing it, because we don't want copycats out there, right? Like, we want originality. So yeah, there is space for you in whatever market you want to open and be in, right? There's a way to make money. If you like it, someone else is going to like it.
Hey, you should be a coach. That was good stuff right there.
Carina, let's say I'm your coach.
Yeah, SuiKim has a dedicated week, the second Tuesday of every month. If you're in Design Suite, you know we try to keep all of our meetings on Tuesdays, just because we want you designing the rest of the time. But it's so cool because SuiKim does always the second Tuesday of the month. And so here's the thing. You might not even have an Etsy shop opened yet. And we don't always just do Etsy, right? We have a huge directory of shops. In fact, we like Etsy really because it's a jumping off spot for a lot of other shops that really can make you even more money. And so it's like, that's why we feel
it's a quick start.
It's exactly right. It's a quick start. And so because of that, I really love for SuiKim to get people some initial stills so people can see, oh my gosh, I can do this. Like, my designs are worthwhile. They're awesome. Is it the end all be all? No. Like, I want you guys in lots of marketplaces. In fact, most of our designers at this point, like, not most, several of our designers at this point, we're getting them other kinds of deals, manufacturing deals and stuff like that you can only get in Design Suite, because we're not going to tell everybody else about it. And I just think Etsy is amazing because you don't have to apply. You just have to go in and create a username and log in, basically, right?
Yes, totally. You just start. You can start and open a shop in one day and still make sales like that day if you wanted to. So I think it's awesome. And the great thing about Etsy, I think, like what Carina's saying is like, because it is a quick start, is you know immediately like what's selling, what's not. There's stats on the back end. There's a lot of information you can gather from Etsy that you can't get other places. I make a full-time income on Etsy, so that's my wheelhouse. That's what I do. I don't actually sell other places. So that's why Carina has me come in and talk to her Design Suite members. But I just think it's a great place because you know right off the bat, like, oh my gosh, people are interested. Well, then use that momentum and then go other places, like build your own design suite, on all the platforms.
Yeah. And I love what you said there about market research, though. It's like the thing no designer wants to do, which is like, listen, if you have a store listing and you have 100 items in it and there are 5 things that sell the most, make more of those 5 things. It's really not hard.
Yes. Yes, I agree. The people will tell you what they want. Like, what do you make that's different and everyone's buying that thing? We'll make more of that thing because people want it. But also with Etsy that you can't do on other platforms too is you get messages and people will say, hey, can you make this in this style? Can you make this as this? I want this item as this. Like they will literally tell you what they want. And then you're like, oh, I already have the design material. Yeah, I could easily slap that on this and make this for you. And so then you create more products and it's like all based on what people want. And sometimes those have become my best sellers is what other people want. Like my custom items, I'm like, I'm going to slap that up as a listing and see what happens. And all of a sudden, like they are my best sellers. So you get to listen to an audience and they get to actually tell you what they want. So there are some real big perks in Etsy like that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Kate, SuiKim, thanks for hanging out with us. You guys, we're going to do another episode this month because SuiKim's so nice and will hop on and tell us all the things. And it seems like it's your favorite episodes, you guys, when SuiKim and I start chatting. Carina and SuiKim.
One time we talked about Darcy.
I know. I think we did. We just talked about Jane Austen, which, oh my gosh, we should talk about in our next episode. Okay. We're coming back to a new episode in a bit. You guys, love that you are here. Make sure that if you are hanging out with me on the podcast, that you also come check us out on Instagram at Carina Gardner. SuiKim, you have a feed. Do you want people to come see you there? I know you're not posting that much to it. You want to know why? No. She makes so much money not doing social media. That's like, it's like everyone always asks me like, do I need to build a big brand to make a lot of money? And I'm like, yeah. Nope.
I don't do any of that, you guys. I don't do social media. I don't have a website. I was trying to do all that because I was going to go into Etsy coaching and I was like, this is not for me. I am not Carina. I am not bubbly and smiley and want to put my face everywhere, which not like Carina wants to. She does it for her brand, but she's amazing at what she does. And I realized that's not for me. I'll just work with her people.
But we get lots of people in our design program who are relieved when they hear they don't have to build a brand, that there's like money to be made without building a brand. And there absolutely is. So, and for years and years and years, even though I had social media, I didn't do that much with it either. And I made more money doing that than like actually like building the brand piece. Because guys, audience building is influencer building. It's a totally different beast. It's different than actually having a career as a designer. That's all there is to it. So anyway, okay, you guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys in another episode together. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.